How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massive Beer Reviews, back with a re-review. Not only just a re-review, but a relatively soonish re-review in the form of Pariah Brewing. It is their Dank drink. Pariah sends me off stuff every now and then. The last box they sent me actually just never came. Never got returned. Nothing ever happened. It just kind of stopped in the middle of transit. So they reached out and they're like, hey man, we're just going to pop off a couple Dank drinks to you to make sure that the post office can do their job basically at a relatively mediocre level. And that's what we got. And he's like, yeah, you already had these before. He's like, you don't need to review them. But here's the thing, it was about a bit over a year, probably more like a year and a half ago, if I remember correctly, that I had this for the first time. And I dug it quite a bit, but for me, Pariah is a relatively new brewery at that time, really doing, at least for me, a lot of new school hazies and stuff like that. So I figured it'd be fun to do a re-review, if it just for my own kind of taste and palate. Sure, we all change as far as how we experience beer and stuff like that, but rarely, a year or so apart is everything going to change that much, at least on my end of things. So I'm kind of curious to see how this one drinks. Anyway, label-wise redesign definitely looks different than the other one. I can't tell you much about the other one. It's a little bit more kind of colorful, I believe. But yeah, this one's a little bit more, just green on black. What do you want? That looks like a beautiful hazy to me. Rich, kind of creamy in color. Index finger, fluffy, creamy head to it. Kind of neurotic bubble, sans that little kind of thin strip at the bottom. Looks all the part of a 7% hazy. Let's get a nose. I mean, on the nose, it is peach grapefruit juice. That's exactly what I'm getting. Peach grapefruit juice that is just rich and kind of just, it's not overly sweet, it's organic, it's like freshly squeezed kind of juice where you're not getting that over kind of additional sweetness from concentrate kind of thing going on. There's an ever so slightest bit of kind of generic bittering on it, not much bittering there. Could be different in taste, but really it's just all about that kind of peach kind of grapefruit thing getting on there. There's a nice sweetness to it, probably going to skew a little bit sweet, but not overly sweet, and I'm not quite sure where the bittering is going to land on. It smells quite nice. Let's dive in. Cheers. Ooh, that's fun. So, that's fun. I like that. So that peach grapefruit juice mixture absolutely comes through in the taste. It's exactly what I'm getting on the nose. You're there in the taste, that rich kind of, like I said, freshly squeezed kind of peaches, freshly squeezed kind of grapefruit. Nothing overly acidic, even though there's a little bit of pithy bittering there. Not nearly as sweet as I thought it was going to be. Not that I thought it was going to be overly sweet to begin with, like I said, but it ends up coming off a little bit dry, and it's this really cool green, grassy, chlorophyll-y thing that I love so much that I don't get in a lot of beers. It's basically the thing when I say, it's like you're walking behind a lawnmower, getting those clippings right in your face. It's that kind of green grassiness, and it's that really kind of hoity-toity, upkept kind of lawn, like a putting green level kind of greenness. There's no kind of funky weediness. I got a little weedy dankiness in there, but in the grand scheme of things, the big component that really kind of turns me on is the way that kind of green comes off, the way that kind of grassy comes off, because you don't really get much of it in the nose at all. So it's kind of a little bit of a surprise once you actually dive into the beer. That's fun. I don't remember this beer being this way. Maybe it was. I'm going to have to go back and rewatch the tape. Yeah, that'll be a fun one. Yeah. Maybe I'll take the old one, put it at the end of this video, so that way you guys lead right into it and see what I said. Here's the thing, though. Whatever I said in that review, and like I said, people change, times change, palates change. It's what I was feeling at the time. It was what I was tasting, smelling at the time. So it's not like this, I don't think, how do I put it? I don't want to put the onus completely on the beer. I could see myself changing, but I believe, I could be confusing it with another one, but I believe this came off quite a bit different last time. We'll go to the tape. We'll figure out what's what there. But yeah, I really dig this. That green component is a sucker thing for me. You give that to me, I'm automatically kind of hoisting you up towards the top. And just the way it kind of gives me that kind of combination of that peach and the grapefruit without getting overly sweet, but still giving me that organic kind of fruit juiciness. And then topping it with that nice greenness with this epic mouthfeel I haven't even really talked about yet. It's got the soft, creamy kind of water nerdy kind of mouthfeel to it. I dig it. I dig it quite a bit. Is this one of the better double IPAs I've had as of late? I guess it's a single, 7%. Yeah, single IPAs I've had as of late. Yeah. Is it kind of Mount Rushmore's that? It's definitely on the edge there. I mean, there's so many good ones. There's ones that might just eat this one out, but it's more that there's so many great ones that it's so hard to whittle them down to 4. But man, the way that green grass in this comes off, that's a winner. Value and availability? I don't remember. Anybody out there in the San Diego area, let me know what's what and leave you with if you like what you like this beer. If you like big hazies, you're not afraid of a little bit of green, but especially if you're a big fan of that grassy greeniness with a bomb mouthfeel, then you'll dig this. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massive. You want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a little bit of Dank drink right now. Hope we'll see you next time. Cheers.